They here yet?
They're on their way up.
So where'd you go last night? Rimmy's?
Uh-huh. It was excellent.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with Rimmy's. You know what I had there the other day? Goose eggs and gravlax. It was superb.
Really? I haven't seen that on the menu.
Oh, no, I don't order off the menu anymore. They make it special. Listen, next time you're there, ask for Jeffrey. He'll make it happen. So who do we have next?
Tyler Carlton. He's pitching a new reality show.
Carlton. UCLA kid.
SC, actually. He won the audience award at the Tampa Documentary Festival in '09, and you really liked his reel.
Right, the alligator eating the flamingo.
Blood Feud.
That was good. Let's just hope this kid hasn't developed a conscience over the past 6 months. You know, that's the problem with these film festival awards, is these directors get big heads. Think they're gonna change the world and be the next Morgan Spurlock.
Seriously, the last thing Americans want to watch is another documentary about AIDS in Africa.
Downer, real downer stuff. Who's his agent again?
Candace Barnes. She sold TLC that show last year about the dwarf lesbian couple.
Little Ladies of Sonoma County.
Yes.
Well, that's something. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, I know Candy real well. Great girl. She doesn't go for any of that bleeding heart, feed the children crap. We were at Harvard together.
Beth, could you please send Miss Barnes and Mr. Carlton in?
Rick. Trish. So great to see you again.
Wonderful to see you, Candy. Feeling good ahead of the Globes?
Well, after AO's review, we were sure we were screwed. But Liam bribed more members of the Hollywood press than Sharon Stone. If Dark Rhythms doesn't win Best Drama now, those bastards owe us $500,000.
Hey, everyone knows the easiest way to the foreign press's heart is a suite in Vegas.
And a couple of hookers. Now, let me introduce you to the man of the hour, Tyler Carlton.
Rick Reinhold. Loved Blood Feud.
Thanks, man.
Trish Partridge, so glad you could come in.
Can Dennis get you anything to drink? Coffee, tea, something stronger?
No, man, I'm cool.
Candy, you need anything?
I'm great, Rick. Before we get started, I just have to say I'm so glad we could finally do this. I know I've told you this before, but Jailbait Island really has been the best thing on TV since Friends. Our testing shows that little Lucy is going to be the next Natalie Portman. I think that Tyler's show is going to fit perfectly with what you're doing here. Really innovative stuff.
Couldn't agree with you more about Lucy. She's a star. We're hoping Tyler here's got our next big star maker.
Oh, he definitely does.
Why don't you let us know what you have in mind, Tyler?
Well, I've been thinking. There's been a lot of great reality shows the past 5 years. Bachelor Pad, Jersey Shore, Rock of Love, 16 and Pregnant, your show, Jailbait Island. What do all of these shows have in common? Sex. They're all about sex, which is great because America loves sex. But what else does America love?
Violence.
America loves violence. But where are all the violent reality TV shows? I mean, Real Housewives offers some, no question, but no guy I know is going to be caught dead watching menopausal housewives throw hissy fits in Beverly Hills. Am I right, Rick? The fact is, we still haven't found our next dog. But I've got the answer. Picture this. A young Italian man stands on top of an abandoned parking garage surrounded by his crew. A car pulls up and 2 men get out. They greet each other, exchange a few words. They slowly walk to the back of the car, open the trunk, and lying in the trunk are a dozen keys of pure Colombian snow. They shake hands and make a deal. Everything seems okay. But suddenly, the young Italian realizes one of the men is wearing a wire. He takes out his sidearm and begins to fire. Bang! A slow-motion shootout ensues. Smoke and guns everywhere. You want to look away, but you can't take your eyes off the carnage. Are you watching a lost episode of The Sopranos? No. Is it the new Scorsese film? No. You are watching the next reality hit show by Bonaparte Productions. America's Next Mob Boss.
I like it.
America does love the mafia.
So it's kind of like a Survivor meets Goodfellas.
Well, not exactly. I was thinking more of a doc reality type show where we find a young mobster and we follow him coming up in the world. Kind of like Godfather meets MTV True Life meets Growing Up Guy.
Of course, we are very flexible.
Well, our numbers show that men and women 18 to 34 still prefer competition reality shows like American Idol or Dancing with the Stars. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tyler. I love your idea. But what if it were a little more like this? We get 5 or 6 aspiring mafiosos, all living under the same roof for 6 weeks. Then we put them through challenges like shaking down local business owners, pushing a button on a rival mob boss, disposing of bodies, etc. After each week, one mobster gets kicked out of the house. Sort of The Godfather meets Survivor meets the real world meets Growing Up Gotti.
Should America vote?
America could vote.
Our demographics show that women 14 to 34 like to vote.
So what do you think, Tyler? Is this something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I love your ideas, Rick. I mean, I would love to do a Scarface meets Survivor.
I've got one problem. Where's the sex?
What are you thinking, Trish?
Well, there's no question that America loves violence. But if the success of Jailbait Island has taught us anything, it's that America also loves sex. And the only thing America loves more than sex and violence is sex and violence together.
I like where you're going with this.
It's true. The numbers say guys 14 to 47 prefer their violence with sex as opposed to on its own.
So how can we interject some sex into America's Next Mob Boss?
We could put them on an island. Women aged 19 to 57 prefer shows on islands.
America does love islands. We sold 4 island-based shows just last year.
An island would be great, but I don't think it works for the mafia theme. To me, mafia says more urban.
What about this? We make all the contestants run a strip club.
Like the Bada Bing and the Sopranos.
I love it. Then America could watch these guys robbing trucks and setting up hits by day and partying with strippers by night. It's like The Godfather meets The Bachelor Pad meets The Apprentice meets Paradise Island meets Survivor meets Growing Up Gotti.
Sex and violence, the 2 hallmarks of American culture. I think we've got the next big thing on our hands.
Like I always tell you, Trish, you don't need writers when you've got geniuses like Tyler here.
So, Tyler, are we in business? Are you ready to make America's next hit show?
I'm in. Let's do it. Let's make a TV show.
Wonderful. Rick, I'll set up a time and we'll talk terms.
I'll tell you what, call Trish next week. Y'all can go to Remy's, work out the details. Meanwhile, let's get some champagne in here and celebrate. Beth, bring us some Cristal. Oh, and get Joe Pesci's agent on the phone and let him know we got an offer Joey can't refuse as the host of next season's biggest new show, America's Next Mob Boss.
Over again. For all the women and men. Here we go again. He was a fly young cat, 23 to be exact, ready to conquer the world fresh out of the pack. Comes from a small town, wrong side of the tracks, but somehow he managed to slip through the cracks. He writes rhymes to escape what was awful and evil, walks a fine line between lawful and legal. Seen a lot of bad times, there's a lot of good in him. Been around the world and still got the hood in him. If he